We basically talked about commerciality of musical theatre, and actually in an era when shows are either jukebox shows or movies that people have seen, is it commercially viable as an art form by itself? Like if you write a new musical that's completely original, is there an audience there for it? I think the conversation then meandered and rambled and moved, and in the end I think what we came down to was that actually the price of theatres, especially in London, is incredibly expensive.
In terms of the rent of the building?
Yeah. So actually creatives are probably the same price they ever have been, adjusted. Actors have probably played slightly less or around about the same amount. The theatres are really expensive. And actually we need to start looking at how musical theatre as an industry is funded, operated and organised. I think it was that really.
In the UK, or is that?
In the UK. And also not to be so London-centric, that we start looking towards Vienna, look at Singapore, look at, worldwide, at other musicals that are going on. It's just interesting our ecosystem in London isn't as good as it was, because, big hit in London at the moment is probably Sunny Afternoon. Broadway's got Hamilton. One's a jukebox show, one's a Pulitzer Prize winner that kind of breaks the form. So there has to be something in development, and if you look at how the Broadway theatres tend to deal with their development, because they own the theatres and they're also putting some money into the production, that's kind of interesting. And that's kind of where we got to.
I think it was actually a very passionate session, and everybody was very engaged with what we were talking about, and a lot of the discussion centred around what commerciality is, whether it's about finance or whether there are other aspects of it. And I think what we got out of it was the fact that we need to engage an audience for new musical writing, as well as finding the producers and the places in which to produce it, because getting the audience engaged and being prepared to go and try out something new rather than something where they know it's been based on a film or it's had a lot of publicity is actually a very important part of the commercial aspect of theatre and new musical writing.